These are Britain's most respected banks, with millions of ordinary customers. And they're accused of handling nearly $750 million from a massive money laundering scheme run by Russian criminals with links to the Kremlin. Between 2010 and 2014, HSBC is said to have handled the lion's share, some $545 million routed via its Hong Kong office. RBS, which is majority owned by the British government, is said to have handled $113 million. Then comes Coutts, which is proud to be bankers to the very wealthy.
In fact, this bank is so prestigious, even the Queen has an account here. But its reputation lately has been less than royal. Only last month, the Swiss authorities actually fined it for violating money laundering rules.
In all, 17 banks were named in a report sent to the media by the Organised Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. It's believed to contain data from an investigation being carried out by police in Latvia and Moldova. The Guardian newspaper says documents show at least $20 billion were moved out of Russia over the 4-year period. Much of it was sent to banks in Latvia and Moldova. The trail leads to a further 96 countries and a network of anonymously held firms, most of which are registered in London. From there, the money vanishes or is spent on luxury items like diamonds and fur coats. The potential scandal has got the attention of British politicians.
The Financial Conduct Authority and the National Crime Agency take any such allegations seriously and will investigate closely whether recent information from the Guardian newspaper regarding money laundering from Russia, or indeed any other media source, would allow the progression of an investigation.
The banks are being tight-lipped, but have issued statements. RBS says we are committed to combating financial crime and money laundering in line with our regulations and have controls and safeguards in place to identify, assess, monitor and mitigate these risks. But critics say banks don't do enough to stop the flow of dirty money.
There's no doubt the banks are putting a lot of resource into this, but it's largely wasted resource. They're not directing their efforts in the right places, they're not doing effective due diligence in client take-on, and when money is in the system, they view themselves as the victims rather than complicit. Bear in mind that they are making money off each of these transactions. If they think that they genuinely are the victims, then the banks should be using their formidable lobbying power to try and get reform in the system.
We contacted Britain's financial regulators, but they too were saying very little. This is looking like another embarrassing episode for the UK's financial sector. Matthew Moore, TRT World, London.